All right, moving on to this week's Jacks of all trades. A dream season almost wasn't for one Chatham Panther.
My older brother played here. He's a senior, big all-state middle linebacker. He did great, and I always wanted to be like that.
Austin Knapp has been playing football since he was 9 years old with the same group of boys, and now they're all seniors getting ready for the sectional championship game.
I think that's what almost gives us an edge on most of the other teams, because we know what the person next to us is going to do. We know how they play, and we know how much we can trust them.
Together, they have a chance at history, bringing the Panthers their first ever Super Bowl win. But recently, Austin didn't think he'd be part of this group.
Nobody found out about it until about March or May, but it started in December or so, and I wasn't sure what to think about it. It's terrifying. Sometimes I think that I needed to get away from something, or something bad was going to happen. Half the year last year, I felt awful. I was depressed all the time, tired, especially after an episode I needed to sleep.
Austin kept all this from his family and friends.
Students notice sometimes. They said, "Austin, you're really pale. You don't look good." And I'm like, "Oh, I'm fine, I'm fine."
Austin says he would zone out for about 30 seconds at a time, but thought it was all in his head.
And then my mom actually saw it happen one time. She knew this was something we needed to get checked out.
About 5 months after his first episode, Austin finally found out what was wrong.
I was diagnosed in May with partial frontal lobe seizures. Partial seizures is where you remain conscious. It's just a change in your state of mind, and it can change your emotions sometimes. Completely changes everything.
He says the diagnosis wasn't as much of a relief as you might think.
I kind of felt like, because I see all these other people live normal lives, like I can't drive until next June, a year from the last seizure. And that was, I had my permit, I was about to get a license, probably a car, maybe a job. So it was almost like a really big letdown.
And then Austin thought his senior season would be taken away.
It was when the neurologist told me it probably wasn't going to be an option. He was worried about me having maybe an episode on the field, and that upset me a whole lot because this has been my life for a long time now.
Well, football right now is important, and it's something that's on his mind and on our mind too, but you know, we got to think about the rest of your life and how things like this could impact it.
Austin was put on medication, and after being seizure-free for 2 months, in July, his doctor decided football was once again an option.
He came back and worked really, really hard in the off-season, pre-season, and then midway through the year worked himself in the starting position.
And offers the number 10, Austin Knapp. Touchdown!
This year I've really understood the value of it, because before you think, oh, I'm just going to play football again. This year was like, wow, I'm really playing football again. I almost didn't get to do this. It makes me like want it that much more, want to play that much harder.
And Austin Knapp, just such a great kid. That's such a personal story. So a huge thank you to him for sharing his story. And a huge thank you to Jeremy Myers, who edited that piece.
Quite the comeback story, indeed.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.